Hey guys, it's your girl I am Girl. I'm from Southern University, and today I will be teaching you about voting theory. So let's go. In our everyday life, we have to make decisions, and sometimes it's called for a group consensus. This can be a friend group trying to decide where to go on a night out, or a company trying to figure out what should they name their new product, and even simply who should be the next president of the United States. This is just generally voting theory. And voting is so generalized, I want to teach you about the different methods of voting. Probably the two most basics right now. As I said before, we're only focusing on two types of voting method. However, there are 5 different types. We have plurality, instant runoff voting, Borda count, pairized comparison, and approval voting. But the only two that we're doing is a plurality and the instant and the Borda count. Now we're going to talk about the plurality voting method. Before we can go in depth with the plurality voting method, first we need to understand preference schedule. And within preference schedule, there is a preference ballot. And a preference ballot is a ballot in which the voter ranks the choice in order of preference. So right here on the right hand side, I have a preference schedule, which is a preference ballot. And in the first column, we can see that we see first choice, second choice, third choice. And this is basically the order of preference, what was said in the definition. And in the first row, we have numbers. And these numbers, when you add them up, we're going to get 10. And 10 represent the number of persons participating in this voting. And in the middle between the column and the row, here we see some letters, and these letters represent candidates or whatever is being voted on in the situation. So, plurality voting method. In this method, the choice with the first preference vote is declared the winner. Ties are possible and would have to be settled through some sort of vote, run-off vote. So what I wanted to do is to give you guys a real life situation. So what I did is to go around campus and ask 10 different individuals, including myself, to rank 3 fast food restaurants based on their preference. And these restaurants was McDonald's, Burger King, and Popeyes. So I got a little clip to see what they said. So out of the 3 restaurants, McDonald's, Burger King, Popeyes, what is your ranking of those 3?
Mine would go McDonald's, Popeyes, Burger King.
Okay, thank you.
So I would have to go McDonald's, Popeyes, and then Burger King.
Okay.
McDonald's, Mickey Dubs.
McDonald's, Burger King, Popeyes.
McDonald's, then Burger King, and Popeyes.
Easily, it's going to be McDonald's, then Popeyes, then Burger King.
Okay.
Thanks, Chucks.
Thank you.
I would have to go with McDonald's, Burger King, and Popeyes.
It would be McDonald's for sure. Popeyes is like a close second, and Burger King is for sure last. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go with Jaden on that one. Burger King is really nasty, so that's last. Popeyes in the middle, and McDonald's on top.
Okay.
McDonald's on top, Burger King second, and
Oh.
Popeyes last. I don't eat Popeyes.
And obviously, my vote would be Popeyes, then McDonald's, then Burger King. Now, from watching those videos, we could clearly see that everybody loved Mickey's. Obviously, like, it was an obvious question answer before I even ask. But anyways, before we get into who like what the most, first I want to acknowledge the fact that I shorten the names of the fast food restaurants. M is for McDonald's, P is for Popeyes, and B is for Burger King. And these are our candidates. So right here, before we look on the second table, the first table, I want to show how we get from the first to the second and get a clear preference schedule. So we obviously have our first column, which is our order of preference. Right here now, this would be the number of voters. but I kind of expand it to show you how we get from table one to table two. So hashtag one, number one represents person number one, person number two, person number three, and so on. And this shows each individual and what they vote for. As we go down the column, we can see what each person preferred the most, the least. So, for example, person number one preferred McDonald's first, second is Popeyes, and third is Burger King. So, so to get it the same way how we originally saw the example of the preference schedule, what we need to do is to condense the columns. So we can see in column one, column two, column five, column seven, and column eight, we see that five of the persons have the same order of preference. What we do is to condense all those five columns into one column where we see it right here, and that's why we have five number of votes because five person has the same order of preference, and we do the same for the other columns, and that's how we have one and four at the top because only one person have this order of preference, and four other people have this order of preference. So after seeing that we condense our columns, we can clearly see the clear preference schedule now, preference ballot. And what we're going to do now is to focus on the first column, the first row, because remember what the definition of the plurality voting method said that the winner is whoever has the highest first preference votes. Looking on this, we can see Popeyes has one vote. In the second column, well, technically the third column, we can see that McDonald's have four votes. And in the last column, we can see McDonald's again has five votes. So McDonald's will have nine votes in total. Popeyes have one, and sadly, Burger King zero because nobody likes Burger King apparently. So our winner would be McDonald's by using the plurality voting method because McDonald's had nine first place votes. Sit tight because our next one is the border count method. The border count method. In this method, points are allocated to candidates based on their ranking. So 1 point go to last choice, 2 points go to second last choice, and so on. You see the GIF, right? The point values for all the ballots are total, and the candidate with the largest point total is declared the winner. So from our previous, we continue with our previous example using the fast food chains based on voters' preference. But instead of using the most first place votes, we're going to use the border count method. I'm going to show you how it's done. So first, we're going to allocate points to the choices. So third choice get 1 point, second choice get 2 points, and first choice get 3 points. In order to get the total points, for what we need to do is times the points by the number of votes. For example, in our first row, we have Popeyes who has one vote. So we have 3 times 1 equal 3. McDonald's have four votes, so it's 3 times 4, which equal 12. And then McDonald's again has five votes, so it's 3 times 5, which is equal to 15. And that's what we do for each of these candidates or each of the candidates. Let's call them candidates at this point. So to continue, we're going to have in the second column where you have the second choices, where we have McDonald's has one vote in this case. So 1 times 2 is 2. Burger King has four votes, so it's 4 times 2, which is equal 8. And Popeyes have five votes, so it's 5 times 2 equal 10. So for the third choices row now, we have Burger King with one vote in this instance, and it's 1 times 1 equal 1. Popeyes has four votes in this instance, and it's 4 times 1 equal 4. And then Burger King again has five votes in this instance, and is 5 times 1, which is equal to 5. So we get all these points now and add them together. McDonald's had 12 plus 5, 15 plus 2, which equals 29. Popeyes have 3 plus 10 plus 4 equals 17. And Burger King has 1 plus 8 plus 5 equals 14. And this is just from gathering wherever you see Popeyes, right here, right here, right here, we take the total points that we got and add them. See, so we add them. And based on adding all these total points, McDonald was once again declared the winner by using the Borda count method. And I feel so bad for Burger King. They really tried. They really tried. But nobody likes Burger King. But this is how you do the plurality voting method, and the Borda count voting method. And that's it. That's it for voting theory. And I tried my best to relay all information, and I hope you understand. This topic of voting theory is one of my favorite topics throughout this course of transition to advanced math. And why I like it is because you can see how it correlates to real life situations. And one thing throughout my whole life I've heard is, why we need maths? How is this related to any of our situation going on in life? And back home, there was this one viral video of this girl saying that, how am I going to use a matrix to buy potato chips at a supermarket? And it was hilarious because obviously you're not going to use it, but she was saying that all this stuff in maths I'm learning, how does this going to help me in real life? Well, I discovered one, voting theory, and I really chose this topic to present on because I want other people to see that we use maths unintentionally in a real life situation, and voting theory is one. It doesn't matter whichever method because we can use it just making decisions generally, like going out with your friends to see where you guys want to go, naming a product, or even just an election of a student body president, um, president of the world, not the world, United States. But what I'm saying that maths is so correlated to the world, and having such a good knowledge, a greater knowledge, even introductive knowledge of math can increase our understanding of the world, and that can make the world a better place. So I hope you enjoyed my video and understand everything that was talked about. We love maths.